DeepSeek V4 was released last week. This line of small print caught my attention. In the vernacular, it is, the price is expensive because there are not enough chips. And wait for Huawei to ship in the second half of the year. The price can go down. What is this? No, there is no way. You can't get high-end chips overseas. I can only wait for the domestic top to be gone.
It is not.
As early as 2 months ago, overseas media have reported it. DeepSeek does not put the motto sexual empowerment for American chip manufacturers. Instead, priority is given to local manufacturers like Huawei. Obviously, you can choose a ready-made solution, but DeepSeek doesn't. So it's not what many people think they have to do. This is more like an agitation and pressing. Why? This starts with DeepSeek's technical route. Mo expert mix. What does it mean? Let me use an analogy. You go to the hospital if you are not feeling well. Of course, I hope doctors know as much as possible. It is best to be proficient in internal medicine, surgery, and brain. But to train such a general practitioner, it's too expensive and too difficult. Traditional large model, like the all-powerful doctor, mobilize all parameters to answer any question asked. DeepSeek changed his mind. It does not train GPS. Instead, multiple specialists are trained. There is also a guidance table. The same is to ask questions. For example, I have been having headaches lately. Guide the whole stage to listen. Neurologist, you come to see me. What about internal medicine and surgeons? No need to understand. Stand by the side. This is the mode. The total number of parameters is huge, but only a part of the work is activated at a time. That's why DeepSeek will say, the total parameters of the V4 Pro are 1.6 trillion. Only 49 billion activated, but Mo has a limitation: communication efficiency. Hundreds of specialists need to work together efficiently. The entire table can be quickly dispensed with patients. Then summarize the results back. Each chip must communicate efficiently with other chips at any time. There was a slight delay. Efficiency collapses. At its core, Mo is about converting power into communication. Communication can't keep up. Delays become bottlenecks. Can the communication between chips be done well? NVIDIA said, I'm good at it. I have a specialized set of techniques. It's called NVLink, NVIDIA's main product. 72 NVLC72. It depends on this. By 72 chips connected into a computing unit, then DeepSeek can use it. There are two questions. First, our 72 NVLS72 desktop computing power device subject to US export controls. Second, the MoE architecture has a feature. The more chips participating at the same time, the better it will run. 72 yuan may not be enough, but add more chips because Tatsu is in trouble. The source of the trouble is copper cables. Open the back cover of the NVLS72. You will see thousands of copper cables weaving an addiction. The total length is several kilometers. The cabinet weighs more than a ton. Why do you need so much copper? Because when the bandwidth speed is as fast as terabyte, the effective transmission distance of copper cable signals is less than 1 meter, plus chips. Or the cabinet can't be plugged, or the length is out of reach. Replace the normal network cable. Bandwidths and latency are not good. Copper Blue is approaching the physical limit. What to do? Huawei thought of a way. Use light. Compared to Copper Blue, light has two core advantages. First, spread far. The faster the electrical signal is transmitted, the greater the attenuation. But photons are immune to resistance and electromagnetic interference. The transmission of several hundred meters remains stable. Second, the bandwidth is high. Light can transmit multiple wavelengths of light at the same time. It is equivalent to driving multiple lanes on one road. Do not interfere with each other. The two advantages add up, made up for the shortcomings of the Copper Blue. Eventually, let a few hundred chips can work like one. Huawei exhibited the Cloud Matrix 384 Hypernode. It puts 384 Ascend chips connected into a superchip. 9月 September of the same year, Huawei's rotating chairman Xu Zhijun pointed out Huawei's computing power of a single chip. There is still a gap compared to NVIDIA. But with 30 years of accumulation and breakthrough in connection technology, it has achieved the world's strongest computing power supernode. Speaking of which, you may ask, now that Huawei has set up the stage, then DeepSeek moved in directly. You can just move the model up and run. It's not that easy. It is very difficult to get around NVIDIA, you know. NVIDIA doesn't just provide computing power, it also provides a complete set of methods to squeeze out computing power. Most AI models run on NVIDIA's chips. CUDA is a development environment that is supported by NVIDIA. They are like computer hosts and Windows operating systems. In the past 10 years, AI scientists, developers around the world get used to writing code on CUDA to develop applications. Once bypass means millions of lines of code from scratch. It means a large number of experience and habits are not suitable. It is even difficult to say whether the project can continue. This is the confidence of NVIDIA's monopoly. It was revealed mid-2025. DeepSeek, in the process of training V4 with Huawei chips, encountered a large number of midway crashes. Communication speed is not expected, but they didn't give up. The final DeepSeek V4's thrust speed on the ascension. It is 35 times higher than the initial 100 billion, according to rumors. Liang Wenfeng said a sentence, V4 moved from NVIDIA to Huawei. It is equivalent to changing the engine on an aircraft in flight. Fortunately, this new engine has not only been replaced, it also flew steadily. Look back at the inconspicuous boy and wait for Huawei to ship in the second half of the year. The price can go down. Do you still think it's just a compromise? It's more like a confidence. Behind it is that China's AI industry is selling 3 cards. The first is the computing power card. Huawei sold it. What have you compared in the past few years? Whoever has a single card is stronger, will be better. But China can't get the strongest single card. What to do? Super nodes are also good. Optical interconnection is also good. Essentially, it's all about making a lot of cards work like a card. One light bulb is not bright enough. 10 light bulbs are placed in one lamp. Brightness is always enough. Second, ecological card. DeepSeek sold because the fight is powerful. Not just because of strong computing power, it's CUDA. Decades of code from developers around the world. Habit experience is all tied to depth. Who wants to change the chip? It is equivalent to deriving and starting over. But DeepSeek fully supports Huawei needs from now on. You want to run DeepSeek? You can also use CUDA. Domestic chips, domestic tools. It can also run top model. Third, the default path is cut. This requires a two-way rush between chips and models. What is the default path? Just like AI development now. By NVIDIA by default. Cloud is used by default. It's a habit. In the future, AI will definitely go to Southeast Asia, Middle East, and Africa. Developers in these places won't start from scratch. They will ask, who is most convenient to use? Only our model plus chip ecosystem. It can take root overseas. Only developers around the world would be willing, based on the DeepSeek Evo tutorial of the Fukafujiya family. Frame music for music. Today, the game of power in the world of AI officially entered the second half. The first half is a fight to see who makes the model bigger first. Fight, who will fill up the computing power first. The second half is about who can use the lowest cost, the most autonomous ecology, deliver AA capabilities like hydropower and coal. On this road, DeepSeek has taken the most crucial step. This step is priceless. Pay attention to Liu Ran. Lower the cognitive threshold of business.